Alright guys, uh, it's me, Roy, and I'm here with my friend Corey. Say hi, Corey.
What's up, guys?
And pretty much I just want to show off some of the last story, because it it's only out in the PAL territories in Japan, so uh, I don't know, I get the feeling there's quite a few people who watch my videos that are in America who haven't seen it. Um, and so yeah, I want to
I would
show
be
off,
one.
yeah, so I want to show off some of the last story, and Corey's a big RPG uh, fan, so I figured it'd be good to bring him along for the ride.
A little bit of an RPG nerd. Yep,
Hmm.
that would be right.
So yeah,
Uh,
this is the titles. Weird thing about this, it's got two title screens. It's got this, and then when you push A, suddenly fades in, and the music swells up a bit more, and it's
oh wow, I like that.
it's amazing and beautiful.
It's
Music in
actually very
this,
cinematic.
yeah, music in this game is awesome. We commented on this like before even starting it. It's great.
Yeah, Uematsu. Well, he's a legend. It's nice to see him composing again. I really thought he was done, from what I heard. I know. I guess he started his own company, his own recording studio. I thought he was completely done with the game, so it's kind of nice to see him make a return.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a few saves. It only lets you do 16 saves, and I've been making a couple for like points that I could show off. I suppose I'll show off this. Start with this early point. Pretty. Yeah. Start with this early point. So I don't really know. Like I don't play JRPGs that much, so I don't know how much they've changed. As far as I know, does Final Fantasy 13 does that still do turn-based combat?
Well, Final Fantasy 13. I don't know if I would classify it as turn based. It's been a little since I played it. One of the gripes with Final Fantasy 13 is the game really kind of plays itself. You pick, every character has their role or their quote unquote job, if you will. And you kind of the cool thing about it is you can kind of mix and match different jobs for different effects. But besides really changing the jobs, if you don't really do very much. The game just kind of plays itself after that. I have yet to see the last story, so I'm kind of interested to see what approach they're going to take. But by the looks of it so far, it looks like it's going to be a little different than 13. I actually like 13. 13 gets a lot of flack because it is a very linear game. Um, I enjoyed it personally. I don't really get the hate, but that's just me. I'll probably get some hate for thinking that, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. So okay, yes, this is right. So this is really early in the game. Like you've had like one or two combats scenarios. So we're walking across this bridge, going to wherever we're going, and oh no, it's skeletons. So before every single fight, it does this nice little, just like quick summation of hey, here's all the dudes that there are, just so you know who's where. Forgetting how to zoom out. So there's two undead archers, some swordsmen, tells you what level they are, and some elemental stuff, pretty sure as well. No one over there. Pretty sure that there's some dude they'll come over there. So you hit start, and holy Christ, I've forgotten everything. It's been a while since I played this. Okay, so you highlight things like this, and I can say destroy it. Oh, there's the skeletons moving past me.
Wow.
I can say destroy it, and one of my mages will will shoot at it like destroy with magic when that counter there finishes running down. When do you attack them? Oh, things are shaking. Ah, fucking! I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Wow. That's okay. So this is already. I mean, it almost has a third person, kind of almost like a third person shooter element to it. This is
Yeah. So
interesting.
I've got a crossbow that I can attack them with. And here's the thing. So to attack them, you just walk at them. You don't even press a button. You just walk at them, and he'll destroy it. Oh, and there's some. Yep. So everyone else is also auto attacking. These guys with red counters are bad guys.
So how much control do you have over your teammates? It's kind of hard to tell from here. Um,
Well, there's those things like those points that highlight, and I was gonna say like, hey, destroy it or don't destroy it. That is,
uh
those are like sort of slight commands I can do. Um, I'm slightly forgetting again. It's been a while since I played this, which is probably to the detriment. But they'll all auto attack, so it'll be like a thing where I'll attack the necromancer, and once I finish killing him, I turn around and find that the 12
Right.
skeletons have been whittled down to 3.
right.
So there's this mark here that basically I can summon the same horde of enemies and just do an instance. If I use
So, you know,
if I use this power, which if I press C, this is a power that he gets like very early, that your dude gets very early on. Zale,
right.
your dude, where if you press C, he activates, I think, called the Gathering, where pretty much what's the term? It aggroes the enemies. They all just focus on him. Also gives everyone in your party a speed buff, and then you just dispel it.
Nice, nice. You know, this almost kind of reminds me, and it's been a while. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it actually kind of reminds me a little bit more of actually like a Final Fantasy 12, because I think you have quite a bit more control over your character. Um, it looks like you kind of manage your team a little bit. It just I would, if I was to compare it to a Final Fantasy game, I think I would go 12 instead of 13. It looks like you have a lot more control over your character. Oh, we got a cutscene.
So we come into this place and
So what's the story? What's going on here?
this is sort of like the point. Like I've only gotten a couple of hours into the actual, like the sort of the real story. This is
Yeah.
kind of like go from wherever you started off to like the main city of Lazarus Island.
Okay.
But it's basically about, if I recall correctly, I can't think too much while this giant monster's kind of threatening us. So yeah, he's probably gonna rip us all to shreds if we don't, like, really smart about it.
Looks like a good boss battle. I like the look of it.
So it has this automatic thing if there's a new tutorial thing, so it gives you the option to see it, and it's like something. It's just like for each element you can do. Hey, you can dive out of the way of attacks because that's something you might want to do to keep living. Gives you a nice little video showing. Oh look, you dodged out of the way, and then just skip out of that. Let me see. Okay, so while I've got the Gathering activated, that is the only way I can res party members. I can also... Oh, I got hit by a spike. Ow. It's really hard to remember everything and talk about it. So, I touch them and I can res them.
Okay.
So I can automatically res them. Well, everyone can be resurrected 5 times. I'm just getting hit over and over. Everyone...
So the attacking you're doing right now, like you were just attacking that guy, that's automatic.
Yeah, like it's my choice to do it, but oh no, I can't. Shit, I was thinking of a combat mechanic that has not been introduced yet. Crap.
Oh.
I think that I can't recall if they have said yet what it's. Oh yes, find its weak spot. But anyway, so you can see that line that's following me and how it keeps attacking me, because that's while everyone else...
Right. Yeah, this is a lot like Final Fantasy 12. If you played 12, there's a line, you kind of highlight the enemy, or the enemy highlights you, there's a line, and you have free control of your character, but your character will auto-attack. There is, of course, like a time gauge. When it runs out, you're going to auto-attack. It looks like it's fairly similar here. It looks like you might even have more control with that third-person mechanic I saw earlier. I actually really like the look of this so far. I think it looks pretty interesting. I like the amount of control you have over your character.
Yeah, so...
I guess... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, the red counters are just enemies that are doing attacks. Come on, attack me, follow me. So I've used Gathering to try and draw it over to the bridge because even though you attack the head directly, that's doing jack shit. So use a bit of tactics. Let's bring it over. Bring it over to the bridge and still trying to recall. Oh, there it is, cutscene. Yeah, I was wondering.
Oh, so you're gonna knock out the bridge?
Yeah, well, you just take out the bridge because we're not coming back here. This is a tutorial area, pretty much. I was trying to remember how exactly you get back out of. You get past it. So yeah, it's just this thing, whatever it is.
It's just a ridiculously ornate JRPG monster.
And now it's dead. Or it's not going to be bothering us. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it since now, so I can only assume it's dead forever. Also, that looks pretty bottomless.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Oh, no, I am still stuck on this side. I think I just run around. So that's like an early example of like the kind of like the tactics you use, like, well, not the tactics you use in battle. Oh, you got this narrator. It sort of talks about, hey, in a very soothing voice, this is what happened to the adventurers as they left the area. So he's trying to figure out what the hell is this mysterious power that, well, that I've now got, like, out of nowhere, that gives me that, like, he got it because either he got shot in the chest with an arrow, or the girl in the party got shot in the chest with an arrow. And so I was like, oh shit, that's really bad. I wish I could bring it back to life. But yeah, so I'll quit out. Yeah, oh great, I can load a saved game right from here. So I'll load up something a little bit later. Where is it? Zella's knocked unconscious, but it's not that. Just trying. Yeah, I'll load up Lazarus City. Show you some of the kind of just like, hey, here's the town stuff. So you go from there. That's like that point where we came out. It's just about right next to Lazarus City, which is this great place right at the I think southern point of this island. It's pretty much on a cape, and you can run around. Oh Christ! Did I accidentally? Oh good. I was afraid that was going to be a cutscene.
Oh. There we can talk to a bunch of NPCs.
So, oh, God, where was
is there a shop system in this?
Oh, yes, there are shops. There you go to one right now. So you can, this is nice, you can just press plus, get the map over.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It's also nice, which I still have not gotten tired of doing. I can shove people around. Also, a lot of, yeah, and quite a few times they will get pissed off and they yell at me. Some of them will like threaten. Oh shit. Oh good. Oh right. So this is before I this is like maybe I think the first or second time I even went out into the city. So it's kind of going like, hey, this is what this place is. But yeah, sometimes they will even threaten, like, I will call the guard, like, or not the guards, I will call like the city guard on you. But Horace's shop. Let's go in here. So,
well, I gotta say, you know what? Relative to other JRPGs, I gotta say, like, the town seems very interactive. It almost kind of it kind of almost reminds me of a Skyrim type of thing. I mean, you can interact with the different characters and you can bump into them and they'll give you different responses. They all seem to have voice acting, which it doesn't seem like it's the case with a lot of JRPGs. It's just like the towns, to me at least, they're always really stiff. It's like you can't interact with just with the NPCs. Like they'll just say one sentence and they'll repeat the sentence a million times, and it's just like you get really bored.
I mean, there's a bit of that, but it is sort of like people walk around, and I mean it sort of comes. It feels a lot better when you get like sort of the most of the cutscenes are in engine. They're not pre-rendered, so you'll be talking to someone like it'll be a cutscene, and the camera's got its like the camera movements are predefined, but
Yeah.
but the NPCs will still walk around. So you might get an NPC walk like just block the shot that the camera's got, just because that's just where they were walking to, because they're just wandering about.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think it's more realistic that way, but yeah, it's kind of an inconvenience of sorts.
yeah. So yeah, you can up now as again like the last two JRPGs I've played are Chrono Trigger, and that's pretty old by now, and Mother 3,
Yeah.
and Mother 3 is sort of like kind of seems to be stuck with the like sort of ingrained with the Mother formula, which is also pretty old. But
Mm.
so in this, instead of like there is like 50 weapons for each character, like 50 weapon type, or like 50 types of 50 weapons of each weapon type, and like each character has a different weapon type, and you will buy a new one that's marginally powerful. Instead, you get something like this is the Killer Cutter, and I think or the Rogue Edge, and that can be equipped by I think all of the main fighters that aren't like mages. Mages can get I think just blades or daggers. But
Okay, so the weapons are interchangeable. So
yeah, for one, yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying,
that's part of yeah. So they are interchangeable. Like the Rogue Edge, I've got three different characters have got Rogue Edges.
okay, good. See, that's another thing. I think it's a positive. That's kind of working in the positive direction because, like you were saying earlier, when you have 7 characters or 8 characters or whatever, and they all have different one character has a lance, one character has a spear, one character has a greatsword, and you have to micromanage all of a million different different weapons with different names, and they're all marginally better. I mean, it can be a bit tedious and confusing and just annoying, to be quite honest. So I think this is kind of neat that you can kind of now, if someone has like the Rogue Edge, could you change? Could they wield a blade? I mean, are they limited to only carry one type of weapon, or can you give someone?
Can
you switch someone?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, could you if someone had a blade, could they switch to a dagger? Because I know there are different types of weapons.
Yeah, I can equip it's sort of like a the mages or the kind of the party members that aren't that really combat heavy, or that they don't like directly fight too much. They can wield blades and daggers, whereas like the fighters can wield the more like the full-on swords as well as blades and daggers. Like it sort of works backwards.
Oh, I see. So there is kind of like a class system almost.
Pretty much, like I've sort of but at this point, only really defined them into two real classes. One of them, mage and fighter sort of thing.
Sure. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like there aren't that many. At least like it's not the sort of thing where like hey, bronze sword, sharpened bronze sword, really sharp bronze sword, blunt silver sword, sharp silver sword sort of thing. It's not like that. Each thing is 5, like it's a different entire weapon, and it's 5 attack points more powerful. In this, it's just upgrade each item and upgrade the Killer Cutter for pay some money, and it says how much you'll upgrade it for, and now it's just the Killer Cutter +1. Upgrade again, Killer Cutter +2. And eventually you get to the point, I hope that I'll get to that. Damn it, okay, I didn't. So, and it also says like, with this one, if I upgrade it again, which I can't because I don't have the money, the attack has a 5 chance to inflict instant death, which is pretty cool. But this is also a really weak weapon. I'm pretty sure I've replaced. I don't have any of my characters using the Killer Cutter at my current save point anymore. But it also get I think when you get to Killer Cutter +5 or some of the weapons to upgrade them, it's like necessary item, and you need to get some of the pieces of loot, similar to how Skyward Sword has its pick up bugs and pieces of like rocks and crystals.
Yeah, right. Ingredients. Yeah, ingredients to kind of improve. I like this system. My thing with a lot of these types of games is one of my kind of habits, I don't know if it's a good habit or not, I would sometimes kind of forego buying marginally stronger items or improving weaker versions, and I would kind of just bear with the kind of the crappiest version until I knew, like, a weapon became available that was vastly better than the alternative. So I would ultimately save money. I mean, yeah, you'd have to kind of deal with a crappy weapon for a while, but I don't know if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes you could do go ahead.
Especially in like something like this, where the chance, like, if I buy a weapon the weapon that's marginally better for a pretty substantial fee and waste a lot of money on that, the chances of me finding either the one that's like the exact same weapon or the weapon that is slightly better is like in the very next dungeon is pretty good. Like, there's usually no point to buying them, whereas this, it's like it's worth paying to upgrade them. And then I can upgrade equipment exactly the same way. So, okay, so the armor is a lot more about, hey, you need, for example, for all of the basic stuff, gnome copper. Aside from, well, there's like the attribute, there's like some of the passive bonuses, so increased, forget what SP is, I think that's possibly a mana or something. Increased SP accumulation rate, increased max HP and stuff like that. There's some passive bonuses for each of the armor, but apart from that, and apart from some of them that says like, this is good for physical defense, these are good, these are light, and these are good for physical and magical defense and stuff like that. Apart from that, all of the armor is just like the changes between them are just physical. So that's usually the only reason why I change it, which is kind of nice. I mean, it pretty much ends up meaning that like the only reason that you ever have that you ever get different types of armor is because, like, if you want to equip different armor, you could equip stuff that makes like each character, like, if I equipped certain bits of armor on the characters, it makes them look completely ridiculous for that character, and that's saying something for a JRPG.
Well, definitely. I mean, that was another one of my pet peeves with most JRPGs. You'll buy these you'll buy various pieces of armor, but you don't see them. They just wear the same outfit regardless. So what I'm seeing, wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's I have not even touched any of the color stuff. You can change the colors, like in fact, I'll go and show you. You can change the colors of all the different bits of clothing that your dude is wearing. You can there are certain parts like his cape and his gauntlet and stuff like that you can take off, have it remove it. And there's also, which I unlocked later on in the save. Let me see where I'm going. Oh, that's the wrong way. You got a banana on special offer, only 44 Gs. Look for the red flag. So there are certain like kind of bazaar shopkeepers that you can go and talk to and get stuff like that, which works into, I think, some kind of stock trading system that I haven't looked at. But where is it? Over here. Oh. That I unlocked later. I did a quick side quest to like find some birds for this lady, and from those birds, she was able to make me a dye that makes clothes invisible, which is just a way of saying they don't have to be wearing a shirt. So I can make all the guys shirtless and all the women only have their bras on, which is pretty awesome to me.
That is pretty amazing. I'm buying this game.
Yeah, and at the last door, you can see naked people in it.
It's enough for me.
But you can talk to everyone. A lot of these types of people just have text; they don't get any voice acting.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's okay. Well, I so far I'm actually pretty impressed with the amount of customization and options. I think this is the right step for JRPGs because, quite frankly, I think they're really kind of falling by the wayside, at least in America. Action RPGs, like maybe like a Fallout or a Skyrim, are just really supplementing these types of games, and you just don't see JRPGs over here quite as much. As I mentioned earlier, we were talking before the video. My girlfriend just got Xenoblades, and she's pretty happy with it. I haven't really seen much of it. I know she said it was a little bit difficult. I don't know. I haven't played it. But there really has been there's really been a drought of JRPGs over here. Besides, a Final Fantasy 13 2, which I didn't think looked very good, but maybe it's good. I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking for it, but there's an entire die system. So like you kill and get loot from an enemy that is like they're really red, and you get a bunch of red things from them, and you can make red dye.
Oh.
And once you've got red dye, you can. Oh yeah, there's also this arena that I accidentally went into one pretty early on. Might have been on this save. I went into it really early on. It's literally just an arena. You can go and do some fights, get some XP, and get some treasures and some money. But yeah, there's a die system. Where you can and that's how you can change the colors and get all the different colors. So this is another thing, where in cutscenes, sometimes you'll go like first person, oh my god, I heard something, or we're looking for something, what's that over there? You can look around, and if you don't find it, you see how it's kind of, that center reticule is kind of pointing to the right, and you look over to the right, and oh my god, it's my best friend.
So, what's the point of the reticule? I mean, just to find somebody?
Yeah, it kind of wants to make it a bit interactive. Did you play Metroid Other M?
I did not, but
okay, it had a similar thing in that where pretty much it just goes to that first person thing. It's like, hey, there's something important, and we want it's just sort of a personal reward. Hey, you found that plot relevant thing. So anyway, best friend Dagran is going. Okay, so you just push the control stick left or right to choose. So meet up with him later, I'll say. And so he's going, hey, meet me in the town square. Well, not the town square. The in front of the castle, which is up at that top middle section. And pretty much the dream for Zale and Dagran is hey, we want to be knights. And so this in the next few hours or so of the game is like, hey, I'm trying to get Dagran is sort of like the Dagran's the leader of the whole group, and so he goes I'm trying to score a job with the king, with the king or the chancellor or something like that, so that we can to try and make him realize that we're really talented and special, that we can help as knight, and we deserve to be knights. But it sort of evolves into, hey, this ancient enemies of the dudes of this kingdom attack out of nowhere, and they try to kidnap the princess, and they have really nefarious plans and all that sort of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's the sort of thing where it's like, hey, something pretty inconsequential. Hey, we want to be knights, and that evolves into.
Yeah, kind of the typical JRPG storyline, which is fine. I enjoy those types of stories. So.
Yeah, so that's basically really everything that there is about the city. There's sort of points where it's like, go to this place. You meet the girl that turns out to be the princess. Surprise, surprise. And she's hiding from guards, and so when some guards spot her and try to catch her, there's this whole sequence where hey, run all over the city. And if guards try to catch up to you, shake them off. You just got to sort of evade, run away for a certain period of time. So yeah, it highlights all the shops and everything. And there's even points, special areas where I think it's over here. No, there's one specific alley where the wind blows, and you can look up, using that Z to seek function. This thing, you can look at it and catch just small pieces of treasure out of nowhere. It's pretty cool.
So if you find something of interest, it'll turn red.
Yeah, each time when it automatically does that, there's only one thing of interest for you to find. And if you don't find it quick enough, it'll just guide you towards it. Anyway.
I guess the first thing I thought of when you did that, I thought of the dowsing ability in Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
but that kind of guides you.
Although you're not using the Wii Remote, I should say that any Wii Remote, Wii specific features, uses none of that.
Really?
Yeah, no pointer. pointing it at the sensor bar now. There's no pointing stuff.
Oh,
Like
okay. Well, that's a little bit of a surprise.
yeah, I mean, I think it's what it is for all of the Operation Rainfall things. You can use a classic controller, and it works just as fine as a Wii remote and nunchuck. And it sort of prompted me to ask the question, like why? I mean, it looks great, but like if it's not using anything specific to the Wii, what real point was there for it being on the Wii? Like, or at least what real point was there for it to be on the Wii and not also be on 360 and PS3? Because you look at this and you can see this looks pretty damn good.
Right.
For a
looks great.
Yeah, like
it looks great.
Like you don't even have to add the qualifier for a Wii game. It just looks pretty good.
It does. Actually, I played. I don't know if you played Eternal Sonata on the 360, which is just kind of a decent, kind of run-of-the-mill JRPG, and I think this looks actually better than that. But I am surprised with that kind of dowsing feature that you were using, and maybe some of the third-person kind of aiming your crossbow earlier. It just seems really kind of bizarre if they would leave out, motion control for that. I really wonder why they just kind of overlooked that. That's kind of a big, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a disappointment. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'll show some of like the. Oh wait, did I save over it? Fuck. There was one save, and I'm hoping that I didn't. I'm hoping I didn't accidentally save over it because it was a great.
It wasn't your last save, was it?
No. My last save is fine. But there was a point, and I was hoping that I hadn't saved over it, where I wanted to show how the leveling is actually really, really well balanced. This might be a good opportunity. No, not really. So this is we're in this bandit warehouse, and so it's like, oh my god, we need to get some medicine, and all these bandits have stolen all of it. I forget exactly at what point where in the warehouse we are right now. I think I just came from there because that's all destroyed.
Is this kind of a dungeon of sorts, by the looks of it?
It's basically a dungeon. Okay, yeah, so you run in here. I think this might actually be right before the boss. Yes.
Nice.
And he used to be a friend of Zale and Daggerin, but then he was a total dick.
I have to love the thick British accents. I hope they keep that in the American version.
Yeah, because Last Story is getting translated by Xseed, isn't it? So that they might actually They might actually do American stuff because Xenoblade has got Xenoblade is the same version for America.
Yeah. I actually like the British acting. I think it sounds pretty cool.
Anyway, I suppose this is a good chance. Like I was going to show like what happens when you get to chests because when you pick up a chest, it's actually kind of interesting. It's not each chest isn't set. It's not a set thing. You can automatically, or not automatically. You are okay. So hey, there's some bandits over here. They're pretty much nothing. And if I get up onto these little raised areas, I should be able to hit it with my sword, or at least with a tactic that I can use when I'm taking cover, which I should also show because I hadn't showed it yet. You can take cover. But yeah, so this is another boss. But yeah, just before I start, when you pick something up out of a chest, it's like a randomly, and it shows like this sort of slot machine type thing. It randomly picks what item you get, which is kind of interesting. You might see it at the next save that I'll show. So I'm in cover, and if I point the directional stick, okay, that hurt. Because if you point the directional stick while in cover at it, and go slash and press A, it's like, oh, hit it. And, oh, fucking...
Wow, this is really, yeah, the battle system looks great. I love the cover too.
Chain combos. And enchanted, so yeah, you can... when your allies do elemental attacks, they create a circle that you can do radius attacks in.
Okay.
And so this guy, I hit him with my sword, and so he rolled around a bit and got stuck in the door. So now he's going, oh my god, I can't get my head out of here. What was it? Oh, B was guard. That's right. So it pretty much. B is really. Oh no. The gathering ability to make them all go towards you is really useful for just like if especially if they're getting low on health. It's like getting everyone
Right.
to target you. There's really very little reason to not use it.
Is there?
Although in the narrative, like Zale's shown to be smarter, and he doesn't like always rely on it because it pretty much is his bonus.
Yeah. Now, how about like a first aid or like a health management? I mean, are you completely in control of that, or will your other characters heal themselves?
Okay, let me check. Oh, fucking, why am I attacking him? Is that not? Oh no, that's the bandits. I keep for some reason thinking that those are my guys. Yeah, I don't think I've unlocked it at this point. No. After you... And it's at the point where pretty much the story goes from like, hey, it's very simple, we just want to be knights, to, holy shit, there's these monsters that are attacking the entire kingdom, we gotta get our shit together. When that happens, you get this ability, and so you see it's got all the stats information for when they level up. Now I can pick up lots of stuff. I can shoot different types of arrows out of my crossbow, including, for some reason, prank bananas, which I guess are only useful in the city when you want to make someone slip over. I have not used them. Wizard Slayer, which like they do extra damage to sorcerers. So like
Okay.
arrows are unlimited, whereas you've got limits on other stuff. So, but yeah, there's an ability that you can like actually tell like pretty much once Daggerin is really busy doing his own thing. He like says, "Okay, Zale, you take command, you take the lead for this for now, and help and like tell everyone what to do while I'm doing this sort of thing," or something like that. And you get the ability to, and I'll show it later, to perhaps sort of pause time and say, "Everyone, go do this." Like each person do this specific attack. And in the current party, I think Lowell over here, I think he can do attack, no, not attack, I think he can do a healing spell. If not him, I know that, what's her name again? Marana? It's really hard to read the text on that. Marana definitely can. This is very much a game that was supposed to be played on a widescreen TV.
Yeah, I can tell. I can't really read it.
Yeah. So you lead everyone up there and go through, and that keeps going through the thing. I think I'll show the rest of this and then load up something more recent. I'll load up where I'm currently up to, because I'm trying to avoid any story beats, which there are a few that I could show, but I'll load up the place where I'm in because it's not really story specific. Okay, so I get to here, and this is where we were to begin with, but then he pulled the lever and we dropped down trapdoors and we had to wander around for a while. I'm forgetting what. Where is everyone else? Why don't come up already? Okay, that's kind of weird. They're supposed to come up here.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was before. But anyway.
That's right.
So this is actually kind of weird. Zale currently has one of the more normal-looking swords.
Yeah.
Normally his swords are very JRPG-ish. See, that was very anime, kind of, knocked into this guy that I didn't see, even though literally anyone could see something that was in front of them like that. And,
wow.
She just smacked him straight in the balls. Which is just not cool.
With a frying pan?
Pretty sure it was in the balls.
Wow.
I mean, it seemed like it was an upward swing.
That's pretty brutal, I gotta say.
And poor Warren, I helped him out with this medicine. So yeah, so I'll show something that's sort of like it doesn't really matter there's not much context in part of the story. It's sort of a side. I think it's entirely a side mission. Let's get past all this. Oh, I can show you the color thing now. What? Still not yet? Oh, fine. I'll show you in the next thing. We'll load up the last. I think it should be the last one I need to do. We've done the rest of these. So the Great Hall is where, so about 2.5 hours in is where it starts where it gets into the into like what the real game is about, where you fight the Gurak. You stow away on a Gurak warship, and end up just completely wiping out all of the bad guys on that and take it over as your own ship. Gurak military base, and then. So I'm currently at this haunted mansion where the shopkeeper Horace, he had gotten thrown into the dungeons for no reason, and his wife was also disappeared, and so he's come along because she disappeared in this haunted house or something like that. So where am I? I'm in this graveyard, which is pretty much. So there's this in this haunted mansion. There's this specific undead skeleton that if any of your party members are knocked down, and you don't revive them in time, then they will come, they get dragged into a mirror, and they end up getting sealed inside these coffins that I've got to get them out of, which is really irritating if it ever happens.
Wow.
Oh, this is nice. Yeah, so, I'm not sure.
Another boss?
I don't recall if this was the exact same, pretty sure it's the Terracore. I think that might be the same sort of thing that I've just fought. But no, I've been paralyzed, gotta shake it off. Okay, shit. Oh no, get over here.
You can always count on JRPGs to have the weirdest monster designs. I mean, it's just...
Indeed, so I revived him. There is a lot of shit going on right now. I will press A so I can do the thing. So holding A, I can do this Gale move, which is pretty much whirlwind attack. If I do it inside, if I do it inside any of these element circles, which in this case is fire, do a fire attack, which has specific effects depending on the element, which in this case is armor break.
Nice.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay. Oh yeah. Also, if you're guarding and you move against an obstacle, automatically vault over it. Get over here. Get over here, a-hole. Come on. This one, it's really hard to fight this guy this time because his weak point is his head, and there's no real area for me. Like, you're supposed to be able to just sort of run up the wall and vault and do a sort of downward strike at him, and I'm forgetting at the moment, and it's really hard to concentrate right now. But it looks like we're just kind of doing okay, brute forcing our way through it. What was it? I think it was up. No.
I'm just really impressed with how interactive the battle system seems to be. I mean, it's really...
Yeah. Okay.
You're really...
Oh, no, yeah, go ahead.
No, I like it. I mean, I'm just really impressed with it, and if you didn't like Final Fantasy 13, which a lot of people didn't, the battle system, I think this is... It looks to be almost the opposite, the complete opposite. It seems like you're really hands-on here, and that's a good thing. I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the sort of thing like Final Fantasy 13, where it's just like a quick auto attack, and you can only control. I mean, you can still like most of the time, you're only ever controlling what Zale does, and everyone else will go off and do their own thing. Usually, attack, heal, and cast magic attacks. So I pressed up on the D-pad, and this enters whatever it's leader attack mode, command mode. So I can select I can tell each party member to do one thing very quickly or instantaneously. So I told Zale to do a Gale attack. Dagon will do a power strike. Lower will do a freeze attack, and again I can aim it. Oh no, that just automatically.
Nice.
And then I can tell Yurik to either do. To either reverse, which is pretty much counter enemy mages, so that they can't heal themselves or poison you or anything, but instead I'm just going to get him to cast Flare, which thankfully, and I'm going to get Horace to retreat because he is really low on health. Thankfully, I had them cast Freeze and Flare in the same thing. They won't they won't cancel each other out or anything. They'll just both have the same, both occupy the same space.
So you can kind of coordinate a bunch of special attacks with all your characters
Yeah,
at once.
you see that all
and
happened all at once, and totally
Nice.
killed it. Okay,
So
so
I
right
wonder.
there, okay, you can't see it. Lowell just leveled up from level 11 to level
Yeah, level. I
4,
can see. Yeah.
yeah, level
I
11 to
gotcha.
level 14, which is pretty good.
Right.
So that's the thing that makes this so great that I really enjoy it. So you see on the left, I'm currently at level 25 because I went through an extra like dungeon or two, like a couple of areas, while Lowell wasn't in the party. So he was at level 11, but each fight, because it's not a sort of thing where like if your character is KO'd, they don't get any experience. For what? I mean that still happens, but I mean, basically you see those 5 green things next to each character.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much how many times they can be rezzed each battle. So they'll automatically be rezzed after a certain amount of time, or if I touch them while I've got this activated. So, and because of that, oh no, yeah, Horace currently, because he's also a shopkeeper, I can currently upgrade anything right now, which is kind of hilarious. But so even though Lowell is level 11, and so I mean, if you imagine like in a Pokemon game or something like that, in any sort of other RPG, he would they're pretty much I mean in Pokemon you could just swap him in and then swap him back out before he gets knocked out. But in another RPG, there's pretty much no chance for you because if an enemy attacks him, if an enemy of like level 25 or so attacks him, he's done for. But in this case, because he keeps coming back, he'll come back to life 5 times. As long as you're smart about it, and because he's magic based, he won't. He'll just stay like relatively away from the fray. He can gain 3 levels per encounter right now, and that will just very quickly get him back up to balance with the rest of the party members. And so that's a really great way to keep, as well as the fact that you don't get to pick your party members currently. It's so far been automatic about this is who is coming with you for this. It's a really good way to make it not be just a sort of thing like, fuck, I cannot get through this because the only people I can fight with are fucking weak ass, and I'm fighting the Lord Demon of the Underworld sort of thing.
Let me ask you this, Roy. Can you play as any of the other characters besides Zale, or is he the only character you can control?
Not currently. I think for like 10 seconds at the very start, I controlled Dagran.
Oh.
Okay, so I see this ghost of a child, and because this is really a haunted mansion. It's fucking creepy as. I mean, the first thing that happened when we got in here was one of them like got instantly taken out. Okay, so it said it highlighted seek. With the Z thing, so like, hey, there's like points of interest in this room. So hey, this bookshelf, there's something important there. Oh no, it is over here. Whoa. So hey, keyhole, and this bookshelf that we heard stuff on the other side. So let's look for a fucking key, and everyone else is going to stand there and do nothing. Because, well, it's a video game. So going through this, and, oh, fantastic, it's another one.
Wow,
now,
as if one just wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, hey, it's a Terracore, remember those things? And also there's a sorcerer, there's a skeleton archer and a skeleton sorcerer, so I'll have to take those out pretty quickly. So it says, like, you know, what type of attack does he do? This guy does arrow attacks. This guy does flare attacks, or flare, and flare in this case is like flaming flare, not light-based attack. So this is, I don't recall if I can zoom out or not because this seems very zoomed in. But battle start. Whoa, getting everyone aggroed onto me. There's another thing where I can pick up these bombs, which in this case are healing bombs, and throw those over there. And now that creates a circle that I'm going to stand in this healing circle and hey, I'm getting healed, which is also kind of cool. Okay, so the blue bars below my thing are like how I can activate this. Oh, if I use Gale, so if I use Gale inside a heal circle, it'll like using Gale inside of a magic circle will break the circle, but it will also have an effect. So in this case, it heals all my party members for a certain amount. And if I use it when it's like when there's in a freeze circle, like flare will breaks the armor, and freeze, if I use the Gale in that, it will make enemies slip over. Anyway, I'll do that. And I'll... Fuck, I cannot... Oh, frame rate's taking a hit. Oh.
Yeah, it's lagging on my end a little bit.
Yes, it's really hard here. Okay.
Is it? I thought that was just my computer. Is that actually how it is for you?
Yeah, okay.
Wow, that's brutal.
Okay, do you see that bit where I just ran up the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed, but that's how I'm supposed to, like, again, it's the same way that attacking is just like when you walk against it, so sometimes you might not even mean to attack. I mean, I want to just run up the wall here, except it's really hard, because it does it when it feels like it. But thankfully, I managed to land the attack that time, and hey, it did a crap ton of damage. And now I'm going to quickly res all my dudes, and I can kill these skeletons, because Wizard Slayer will kill him. So a lot of the times, like some enemies, like the sorcerers, are just best killed with just killed with an arrow, because the Wizard Slayer does like so much more damage. And now, wow, that is a lot easier than I recall it being the last time I did it, or like when I last played it. And now, so Yurik leveled up from 24 to 25, and Lowell went from 14 to 18. So he is catching up quickly, and they get some skills, some more skills. The skills are the things they can do when I'm in that command mode. And so you see that how it went through that roulette thing just there.
Yeah.
So I got some Garak dust. Most of the time, these are all things that I can use to upgrade weapons and armor. Speaking of which, what have I got at the moment? He has got the Crescent Moon, Crescent Moon +5, and it really took ages to find the thing that I needed to upgrade the crossbow, but I did twice finally. The Crescent Moon +5, I don't think it's the most powerful thing. No, the Blue Blade, Blood Sword, and Rogue Edge +9 are all more powerful than it. Obviously, the Rogue Edge +9. But it has 80% chance of dealing extra damage. So it's like all of the things, like this has got, the Blue Blade's got has ×2 increase to the skill gauge refill rate. So like you can do skills faster. Blood Sword will absorb half the damage if you're attacked from behind, and it can also has a chance of steal the enemy's item. Rogue Edge deals triple damage when you use that slash attack, which is attacking from cover. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Some things like the Blood Sword, I think, is of the same type of sword as the Blue Blade. But like the Blue Blade was like a frost sword or something like that. But when you upgrade it, it becomes something super awesome like the Blue Blade. And then you've got really weak things that I still haven't sold off some of these, like Rogue Edge +5 and Killer Cutter +5. So those are effectively useless to me now, but like even +5. So it's still got that kind of there's quite a few weapons that you'll upgrade. Well, yeah. A blade that has attacks with fire element. 10% chance of doing paralysis, up critical hit rate. Ones that are effective against specific races, so for ogres. Just a bunch of stuff.
Looks that way.
Heavy armor. Again, so you see like this, I think he's got the same armor set as he did in the start of the game, but now I've upgraded it 3 times, so he's got those cool pieces of pieces of actual armor on his left side, and for some reason he doesn't have them on his right side or anywhere else, which is all kind of stupid because that's the point of armor. But yeah, and
well, maybe you just can't see it because of the way he's positioned, because he's got his one arm kind of behind his back.
yeah.
Now, can you change the colors? Do you have the dyes?
I believe I got the red dye. Yes, I got all of the red dye options. I mean, what's this body? Let's see whatever the body is, what that does. Okay, so the jacket there. Now it's blue.
Oh yeah.
Now it's red. And that is, I mean, so I can do that for all of this crap. I can make him look like an actual JRPG character. Let's get some light blue.
Maybe a little.
Oh. Trousers. Let's go for some. What's that? Oh, camo khaki. Yeah, let's go for that.
Wow.
Boots. This is. I really. I should not have done. I should not have started doing this.
I'm just gonna be honest. I think I prefer the black to the pink. Just me.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't know how I can get back to.
Is there maybe there's like a default?
Yeah, there were color sets that I could have saved, but there was no default.
You just go for straight up black. I'm sure it'd be
invisible his top half. So yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And it says bottom half and complete. So I look forward to whatever the side thing activity is that will let me do bottom half. I mean, there's an armor set that. Or like there's a pair of like armor pants that for the girls, it pretty much is just like it's the sort of like short shorts that are like an inch below their hips anyway. So
wow.
It's clearly doesn't really give a crap anyway. God, what was it? Where was I at? Oh, I really. You know what? I'll reload. I'll just reload the save later. But for now, I'm just gonna have to stick with that. Oh man.
Man, my girlfriend liked this game.
What? Oh, fucking hell. So, this is an example of what I was talking about. Dagger and Yurik and Lowell are all okay, but Horace got snagged by the skeleton while I was battling that thing. And this is the worst part. They are all trapped in specific coffins, and I can't remember for the life of me anymore which ones they were, but all of them close back up. And if I open the wrong one, either a skeleton will come out of it, or I will just get damaged. By a significant amount. That was 1,030 damage, which is over half of my current thing. So I'm going to heal myself up and try another one. But yeah, I mean, as far as I know, there are some things, I'm pretty sure that's just about everything that there is. God damn it. Oh god, I'm gonna get every single incorrect one.
Wow, you're almost dead, man.
That's why I'm really grateful for these. I mean, I don't know if I can, I can't because I'm not in battle. So, I mean, if I got knocked out, I would instantly come back up. But yeah. Oh, what are the odds?
One thing I never got about
that was the wrong one.
Oh.
There it is, finally. Oh, they are freaking stoked to get out of there. They flip right out. Yeah. What else is there? The pre-rendered cutscenes look even better, obviously, and
yeah.
Yeah, so this is where I stopped. We went through, it was either through here or through the next room onwards, where there was basically a bunch of skeletons, and I was fighting them. Ah! Holy crap, all those bats just killed me.
Bats?
Wow, I wasn't paying attention.
Bats?
But yeah, so I come back.
Wow, that was pretty lame.
Oh, and it's got, and you get these nice sort of, I mean, they're basically audio logs.
Mm-hmm.
No, not audio logs. Okay. So this guy is talking about, hey, throughout the last couple of months, I've been making all these sacrifices of everyone in the entire house, and now I'm kind of thinking that was a bad idea, and I don't really know who I am, what I am anymore. Man, my dude looks awesome now. Look at that.
I'm actually starting to dig the look.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, it's just like a
I didn't think I
JRPG.
would
You
like the
always
pink,
think,
but it
yeah, you
works.
always think it's stupid. Oh, it might also be the lighting. You always think it's stupid,
It's
but
growing on me.
yeah, after a while,
It's
it
growing.
just gets, yeah, this it's cool.
I like it, Roy. I think that looks good.
I mean,
It's
I'm
pretty
certainly not
stylish.
saving it with this, but yeah. So yeah, the one thing that's kind of irritated me since the first room, only this time.
Well, here we go.
I mean, I was expecting this, all of the suits of armor. I was expecting it to begin with. So this is the thing, like, hey, something shining under the wreckage. Look down. If I didn't find that fast enough, it would have just directed me to it. But hey, there's the key. It's another one of those things. So oh shit! And now we gotta fight a seemingly endless number of suits of armor.
Oh, great.
And because like they will effectively block you, like they block you really effectively. And so it took a while for me to kill them, especially since like there were some things like I hit a couple of glitches as well, but I'm pretty sure by the end of it I had lost all but Dagran to the skeleton, and I had to go get them back again, which is irritating. And that was where I had stopped, mostly because I thought like this would be a good thing to show you that wouldn't spoil anything from the story.
Cool. So you haven't gotten farther than this?
No, this is as far as I've gone. Which is not that far. I think it's maybe 9 hours in. I definitely stopped after pretty early. I haven't played it for quite a while because I was waiting to do this. But yeah. So yeah, the thing is like the voice acting and the writing and the characters and the cutscenes and the character animations. If you kind of sort of scrutinize any of those things, you kind of realize they're not that great. And so you kind of have to sort of like let your eyes blur everything together. And it comes together, and it really comes together well. It's a great story. It's so far been a great story, and I've enjoyed it. And the characters are all pretty well-rounded. It's just sort of like when I stopped to realize, like, I mean, like, you know, that the specific writing, like, you know, someone says booze, which is not something that British people really say.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't say that. Some of the writing of specific bits of dialogue and characters and the voice acting at times really feels kind of flat. And the character, like especially the facial animations, a lot of the time they seem really like the character doesn't seem like they're even in the current situation, sort of thing. It's things like that where like you can get really nitpicky about it. Of course, you'll find stuff wrong with it, but
Sure.
And so says.
I haven't seen too many cutscenes, so it's kind of hard, and I can't really hear too well. But back to that booze thing you mentioned, it almost makes you wonder again if they're going to use this, if they're trying to kind of Americanize it slightly. Because of course you hear the word booze in America fairly frequently. I think I said it a couple times, maybe tonight. But you know, I almost wonder if they're kind of targeting this towards American audiences. Are you still there?
Yeah. I think.
Oh, okay. It's kind of freezing.
That's right. And you know, I think that's a fair
I don't
point.
know.
But
it could be, or it could be completely. They'll just they'll revoice it. I actually kind of think it's neat. Like I said, to have the British acting, or I don't know if there's Australian actors as well, but it's kind of a little bit of a novelty in the States to kind of have that voice acting, a little bit different. I think it sounds cool. I like it. As far as the voice, the facial animations, I haven't really seen too much as of yet. I'm impressed with the graphics. For JRPG, I think it looks pretty sharp. But I have yet to see any of a real cutscene, so I will, I guess, wait to see that and make my judgment. One thing I will say is I like the banter of the characters, like during the fight. Like they always have something to say and they're just kind of talking.
yeah, I mean,
it makes the fight seem more realistic.
It's pretty fun. Although it gets kind of weird at times. It's like, really, you guys are that comfortable that you're having this casual conversation?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Oh, and so fuck no. Oh god, gotta res him before the skeleton fucking takes everyone again. This is constantly happening. And so yeah, this is the last story. When does it even come out in America? Because I know it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I know it's finally coming out there, or it's been confirmed that it's being localized.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, it is confirmed.
I'll get you back like in a couple of weeks, I suppose, maybe like a month from now, to do to take a look at Pandora's Tower as well, because that
I would like that. Yeah,
that comes
cool.
out today or tomorrow, I suppose, because it's shipping from England. But that comes out is out now in the PAL territories, and that'll be shipping to me.
Nice.
So I look forward to I'm looking forward to playing that, because this is pretty good. Xenoblade, I've seen some footage of that. I've seen gameplay of that, and that's looking pretty good as well. All three, so that's two for three so far. So I'm looking forward to Pandora's Tower, especially since it's looking like the story's got kind of a Shadow of the Colossus, although not in the gameplay, but the story sort of like, hey, girlfriend.
Oh wow.
Well, I know that the story is the rough beats of the story is girlfriend is possessed by some crazy demon, and you've got to go play through a JRPG to save her.
I can get into that. When is Xenoblade coming out for you?
Xenoblade, oh, that came out. That already came out.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. Wow. So once Pandora's Tower out, I mean, you'll have all the Project Rainfall games.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, definitely. And I gotta say, this is a great note for the Wii to go out on, and I think it's really great that this actually happened on the Wii, and like Nintendo didn't just let all this go by the wayside. Is that dude over there? Yes, let's go freeze him.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, as you know, Roy, anybody who knows me from For the Win, I was pretty livid, to say the least, with Nintendo. They would pull such an asinine move toward the fans and not release the games. So, Nintendo's making money off of this. I mean, they're going to make money because people are going to buy the game. I know that they're spending money by shipping it overseas and making an Americanized or a European version. I understand that, but you know what? There's a lot of people who are going to buy these games. They're going to make money. They're going to make a profit, and there's no reason not to do it. Except just to piss off your fans. So
no,
and a lot.
Oh fuck! I lost Lowell. He got pulled through the mirror.
Sucks.
Sorry, I am listening though. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just glad they did it. I think they needed to.
It might have taken some public outcry, but it happened.
Yeah, right. It's an act of goodwill towards the fans. I think it really is. By the way, I just looked up last story. It looks like it is coming out in June, actually, in America, which is not too far away.
That's pretty good. So keep an eye out for if you're in America. Really recommend it. And
Definitely.
If you want a example of what, actually no, not example, but if you want to play a good JRPG in the meantime on the Wii, that would be good whether or not it was on the Wii, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. But if you want to play one, whoa, something exploded. Then go play Xenoblade Chronicles, which is just released last week.
Right, and I've heard good things. I think it's gotten some pretty solid reviews from what I've seen. I think I mentioned, my girlfriend, she's been playing it and she's been pretty pleased with it. So I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really give any of my firsthand information. But yeah, everything I've heard is pretty positive. So I definitely say, if you're wanting something for your Wii, check it out. By the way, a little update: Pandora's Tower. I do not have at least according to Wikipedia, there is no American release date as of now.
Yeah, it hasn't even been confirmed yet. I don't think.
Actually, I think it's just Pandora's Tower. Yeah, it just came out apparently yesterday for you, Roy.
Well, today or tomorrow or yesterday. It's very this week it was this week. Actually, why would I?
It was this week. Yeah, let's just say that.
Open that. I know that's not where it is. This is. This is about as far. This is where I stopped last time, so it's. And I don't want to. And I can't really go any further because it would require me saving, and I'm not going to save with this outfit. As cool as it has turned out to be. In fact, I'm so disgusted by it, I'm going to just have him take his shirt off, because that is way more sexy. In fact, I'm going to get everyone to take their shirts off. Whoops, no. Unfortunately, if the characters aren't in your party, then they don't appear for customization, which is a shame, because that means I can only get these 3 admittedly sexy males. And they get that nice little cocked arms akimbo pose. They are very clearly male models.
Yes. Supermodels, to be exact.
Indeed, outstanding. And that is why you should definitely get The Last Story. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, Corey.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the shirtless male models. That was definitely worth it.
Delicious. See ya.
Take it easy.